now 6:30, I think, and we have an exciting day planned. You can hear woodpeckers. So nice. We are off into the Białowieża National Park. This is the last primeval forest in Europe, and it is highly protected. You cannot enter without a permit and a guide. You're not allowed to pick any flowers, touch any sticks, leave the path. It is a highly protected area. It is home to wolves, lynx, bison, and it's somewhere I've always wanted to go. So I'm really excited for today. So we've just driven to the edge of the forest and we've met up with our guide Renata.
So we had to pay for a ticket to enter this area, this specially protected part of the national park. It came to just under £3 for the both of us for one day.
So we're not yet in the woods and Renata's already pointing things out. We're seeing red deer hoof prints. We have reached the gates into the forest, and this gate separates the world of the humans and the world of nature. And these gates actually inspired the gates on Jurassic Park.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
What do they got in there? King Kong?
Originally this was set up as a forest for hunting for the Polish kings and princes, and that's why it was protected in the first place. So already we're only a short way in, and we're seeing quite big differences between a managed forest and this wild forest. So for example, there's a lot of hornbeam here, which is a terrible timber producing tree because it's so gnarled and crooked. It's excellent for insects and stuff, but in a commercial forest it would be cut out and removed because it's poor timber, but here it's left to grow and live.
Wearing my camo, got my green outfit on, my socks tucked into my trousers so I don't get bitten.
Renata's been showing us these trees with the frost line cracks, and this is where the tree is frozen and it expanded and cracked the bark on the outside, and this is a gateway for infection into the tree. And then down the bottom you can see where it hasn't healed properly and there's sap leaking out, and this is not good for the tree, but there are insects that live exclusively on sap leaking out of frost line fractures like this. So the whole thing is just working together in this very complex web of connections. So behind us we have an enormous oak tree, and this is estimated to be between 300 and 400 years old. It looks quite different to old oak trees you'd see in the UK, and that is because you normally see an oak tree in a field in the UK, whereas this one is a forest one. So you can see it's got this really long straight trunk and very high bottom branches. It's very hard to tell the age of these oaks because there's only a few ways to do it. And woodpecker? And getting interrupted by a woodpecker. If you collect all of the biomass in this forest, so all of the trees, all the plants and stuff, 25% of that will be deadwood. There are 12,000 species of animals here. 10,000 of those are insects, and of those 10,000 insect species, 5,000 rely on the deadwood. What's really important about the deadwood as well is it is very varied. So there are lots of different diameters of dead tree. Some will be standing deadwood, some will have fallen on the ground, and it will also be a mix of species, and it supports a huge range of animals and fungi.
25% of all European species of macrofungi are in this forest. There's over 4,000 species of macrofungi, and that means a fungi that you can see without a microscope. I've already told Renata about my fear of frogs. As you all know, I'm very scared. But interestingly, Renata's PhD involved studying amphibians, so I've got to back up. They're important species. So you see here on this big old oak tree, there's actually spruce cones stuck inside the little crevices of the tree. What has put it there? Wow, it's a greater spotted woodpecker. They actually carried these spruce cones over from the spruce tree because the birds are too heavy to sit on the end of the spruce branch where the cones are, so they can't actually eat them. So instead they bring them over here, pop them into the oak tree, and then sit next to it and they can eat it from the oak tree.
So we've come out of the park now, back through the gates, and it does feel like leaving Jurassic Park. You can see how we got the inspiration. It's been so good coming here with a guide. It's been really nice to be shown things, have things pointed out by someone who's so knowledgeable and can read the forest in a way that we wouldn't be able to on our own. So I just want to say a huge thank you to Renata for showing us around, and she didn't want to be on camera, but I've convinced her to come on. So this is Renata, our guide. She's been really great, really knowledgeable, and I can definitely recommend. We'll leave her website in the description so you can book on with her if you'd like.
You are welcome to the Białowieża National Park and Białowieża Forest any time of the year.
So now we're out of the forest. It's really hot. You can feel the heat coming from the ground, and we're wearing a lot of layers because we didn't want to get bitten by insects. But it's quite a drastic change from being in that forest.
Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning or wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills.
I really like the way that Skillshare is a positive and productive way of consuming online content, because sometimes when I'm scrolling through social media, I feel a bit unhappy and a bit distracted. But with Skillshare, it feels really good to be working through a course and learning something new. When you sign up to Skillshare, you choose creative topics that interest you. So I chose culinary, personal development, health and wellness, social media, film and video, and then it personalised my homepage to suggest classes that I might be interested in. If you're interested in learning a new skill, then Skillshare is the place to start. From freelancing, graphic design, illustration, photography, you can find classes and topics that suit your interests and goals. I'm taking a class called Revolutionary Self-Care, Embrace, Nurture and Develop Your Authentic Self with Shadira Aguero. And I really like to listen to it when I'm washing up in the mornings, making coffee. I just put it on my phone on the Skillshare app, put my headphones on, and then whenever I get a your turn part, I can pause it and write down a few notes in my journal. So if you use our link, Skillshare are giving the first 1,000 people to click this link a 1-month free trial with Skillshare. So there's no risk in trying it out, and I really hope you enjoy. Woohoo! That was a sweaty drive. But we have arrived. It's a lovely little swimming area. First things first, let's jump in that water. Oh, it's so refreshing. You know, if we were home today, I would absolutely love to meet up with like our family and friends, and like we'll go to the beach together. We're super social when we're at home, and like we have like a big family, and we all get together and have like big meetups and gatherings, and lots of friends as well. So yeah, just feeling a little bit like homesick today, I guess. Been chilling out and eating our lunch, and we just came over to the front of the van, and some Land Rover drove right over all of our towels. It's left like big black marks. They needed to wash anyway.
Yeah, we decided what to do today, and a bit spur of the moment, we were thinking maybe we should go to Warsaw.
We get there around 5, which is probably the earliest we can get there now. We'll have enough time to walk around and explore, and maybe have like a bit of a glass of wine out or something like that.
We are en route to Warsaw, and we've stopped to get fuel, so I guess we should tell you about how much the fuel costs here in Poland. It is about 7.4 zloty per litre, which is about £1.33. So pretty cheap. Good. Yeah, this is the cheapest fuel we've had on the trip so far, I think.
Woo! We are just pulling into Warsaw, and the weather's changed dramatically. It's about to torrentially rain, there's thunder, there's lightning, the sky's all completely grey. gosh, wow.
Oh, it's unbelievably wet out there.
I can't believe the weather, that's insane. Wow, we've just come from pure sunshine by the lake to this in Warsaw. It's crazy.
Oh, that is crazy out there. So he doesn't speak any English. I think I understand.
Turn this head.
I asked to stay 2 nights. He said the shop will open on Monday. We can pay in the shop with card.
I know, we'll give the guy a beer, an Estonian beer. This is for you. Would you like it?
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that guy was telling me a lot of things very, very quickly in Polish. I think I got the gist of it. There was a lot of hand gestures. Basically, he was showing me how to use the services.
These are our bison related treats. We've got bison vodka and 2 bison beers. Gonna get them all in the fridge now.
I love hearing the thunder rolling outside. If it's gonna rain, do it properly. And it certainly is. It's really cool. I actually really enjoy it. So one thing I love about not having a fixed bed is that when the bed is out, it's huge. It's like most of our van, and it's just so comfy. As well as tell us about what happened with your drink.
Oh yes, my drink. I bought this in the service station earlier and I couldn't work the ring pull. I tried for ages, like 3 minutes. Eventually I broke the ring pull off, so I couldn't have my nice cold drink. But up my dress I've got...
Why's that there?
I was keeping it dry. I've got the one of 2 board games we carry around. We carry around Cairn, which is a great 2-player game, and there's a lot of strategy involved. The other one is Catan, but we have to have friends to play that. So. Hot dogs.
Usually the hardest part of the night is picking something we both want to watch. We've got quite different tastes in TV and stuff. We've both managed to agree on this very quickly, which is really good.
Well, that was an emotional journey.
Yeah, so we managed to agree on a movie, but it was
So
intense.
we watched The Father with Anthony Hopkins and Olivia Colman, but yeah, it's
amazing acting,
really emotional.
really well-made film.
It's like crying my eyes out.
Yeah, we need to put something light-hearted.
Yeah,
on
we're gonna
that
put on
after.
like a cartoon or something, a comedy. I just dropped my socks in Tom's mustard.
My dinner.
I'm really sorry. We'll swap.
Lovely foot fungus.
Oops, I'll have this one.